An investor profile is a detailed record of a client's financial and personal circumstances that influence their investment decisions. It's a crucial tool for a life insurance agent, enabling them to make suitable investment recommendations that align with the client's unique needs and objectives. The profile is developed by reviewing several key areas of the client's life, their assets and liabilities to determine their overall financial situation. Personal factors that may impact investment decisions. The client's specific financial needs and objectives. Sources of income, especially for retirement. Existing savings plans and programs that can assist the client in meeting their goals. Financial situation. Analyzing a client's financial situation starts with gathering information about their assets and liabilities. This data is used to create a net worth statement and a cash flow statement. Net worth statement. This statement calculates the client's net worth by subtracting their total liabilities from their total assets. A positive net worth is considered good, while a negative one is considered bad. The goal of financial planning is to increase net worth by acquiring assets, increasing the value of existing assets, or decreasing liabilities. Assets are anything a person owns with cash value, such as a primary residence, other real estate, cash, investments, registered and non-registered, government and employer pensions, and personal property like cars, fine jewelry, and art. An agent can review documents like income tax returns, RRSP statements, and bank statements to assess a client's assets. Liabilities are debts and financial obligations that must be repaid. They are categorized as good debt, e.g., a mortgage or a loan to increase assets, or bad debt, e.g., credit card debt from consumer spending. Documents like mortgage statements, lines of credit statements, and credit card statements are reviewed to understand a client's liabilities. Cash flow statement. This statement lists all income, inflow, and expenses, outflow. A positive cash flow means the client earns more than they spend, leaving money available for saving and investing. A negative cash flow indicates an unsustainable financial position where more is being spent than earned. This statement shows the rate at which assets are being accumulated or used. Personal factors. Beyond finances, personal factors and preferences significantly influence investment decisions. An agent must consider personal values. A person's values dictate their financial priorities. For example, some may prioritize saving for a child's education or charitable giving over retirement savings. Some investors may also prefer socially responsible investments. Health concerns. Poor health is a major threat to wealth. An investor profile should assess the potential need for long-term care, disability insurance, critical illness insurance, and life insurance. An agent must also be aware of the client's mental capacity to make sound financial decisions, especially with an aging population. Legal considerations. Legal obligations can have a financial impact. An agent must consider family law. In Canada, spouses in a married or common law relationship, with exceptions in Quebec for common law, have rights to assets acquired during the marriage. Child or spousal support payments must also be factored into liabilities. Will. A review of a client's will is crucial for estate planning to ensure their wishes for asset distribution are financially feasible. Power of attorney. POA. The POA document names a person to make financial decisions on behalf of another if they become unable to do so. An agent should know if a POA exists and who has these powers. Personal risks. Investors face various personal risks that can affect their financial plans. Low financial literacy. Many people lack a fundamental understanding of personal finance and investment products. This can lead to inappropriate risk tolerance, either too low, resulting in poor returns, or too high, leading to significant losses. Job loss. The loss of a job can be devastating to an investment plan, potentially requiring a halt to savings. Longevity risk. The risk of outliving one's money due to increasing lifespans. This risk can be mitigated with investments that provide lifelong income, such as a life annuity. Risk of bankruptcy. The inability to meet financial obligations. This risk can be reduced with proper financial management and using investments that offer creditor protection, such as segregated funds. Leveraging risk. Using borrowed money for investments can magnify returns but also amplify losses. Unforeseen expenses. Unexpected costs, like medical expenses not covered by provincial health plans, can disrupt savings and income. An emergency fund is essential to cover these expenses. Investor needs. Identifying an investor's needs is fundamental, as needs supersede wants. The agent's role is to understand the client's motivations for investing. These needs can include income, ensuring sufficient income to meet living costs and saving goals. Retirement income, planning for income to replace or supplement employment income after retirement, considering sources like government pensions, private pensions, and personal savings. Tax efficiency, Strategies like income splitting between spouses can reduce a couple's total income tax burden. Using all available tax credits also helps to ease the tax burden. Emergency fund, a readily available sum, typically equivalent to at least 3 months of living expenses, to cover unexpected costs or job loss. Creditor proofing, protecting assets from creditors, though this should not be the sole reason for choosing an investment. Liquidity, the ease and low cost of converting assets into cash. Estate planning, the desire to leave an inheritance or make charitable donations after death. Diversification, spreading investments across different asset classes to mitigate risk. Investment management, the need for professional guidance for investors who lack the knowledge or time to manage their own portfolios. Suitability, the crucial process of matching an investment's features with the client's financial objectives, constraints, and risk profile. This is based on a thorough understanding of the client, known as Know Your Client (KYC). Risk profile. Assessing a client's risk profile accurately is essential and involves 2 main components: risk tolerance and risk capacity. Risk tolerance. This is an investor's emotional comfort level with potential losses in their invested principal. It's a subjective measure that can be difficult to gauge, as investors often overestimate their tolerance for risk. An agent must dig deeper to understand the client's true feelings about potential losses. Risk tolerance can change over time due to shifts in income, age, or marital status and should be reviewed regularly. Risk capacity. This is an objective measure of how much an investor can financially afford to lose without negatively impacting their lifestyle or objectives. It is especially critical for those nearing or in retirement who have a limited ability to replace lost funds. Someone with significant assets may have a high capacity for risk but a low tolerance, while a person with limited savings may have both zero tolerance and zero capacity. The goal of creating an investor profile is for the agent to use these facts and requirements to make suitable recommendations that align with the client's financial and personal circumstances.